at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man.
This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And this Green Bay defense making that play looking a lot like the previous one. Double tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And when the ball gets swung out wide like that, sometimes it helps you as a defender because now the field gets cut down and you actually have the sideline. It's almost an extra tackler for you. You can locate your target quickly, and he was able to get over there and make the play.
And the final number here in terms of top speed, I mean, that almost looks like a misprint. He was just absolutely flying. Unbelievable. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
Into a sea of defenders on intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. The left side throw complete to Adams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field, and he wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 65 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
A quick throw caught by Evans out wide.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Buccaneers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Now the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Packers 0.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Pass incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Second and 16.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Room to run inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Brady. He's got it. Touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Mike Edwards picks it off. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Sliding, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. It's their quarterback, as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Packers nothing. Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. First down and much more here for Jones. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. Going for the deep ball. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Rodgers now on first down. And it's complete to Adams. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, and even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the Bucs' 19-yard line.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, it's Brady.
A check down here to Jones.
Had a nice move but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Brady with a quick throw here to Evans out wide.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Then he finds Gronk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
14 more yards. That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. Watch the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Let's go. So Mike's number one. Mike's number one.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
17 more yards. That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Check 99. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A nice run there by Jones on 1st down as he'll wind up getting about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans.
And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
On play action, now Brady. There's Evans again, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll get this down to the 10.
57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Now Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brady going to look to throw. Dance, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there, complete to Rodgers.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game,